Hey guys, it's Levi. Today is going to be a good one because this is something that's really overlooked and no one's really talking about this. But when it comes to marketing your properties, it's probably one of the most important things to do because that's how you make your money, right? You don't make money unless you sell your properties at really good prices. And so I thought it would be a good idea today to go on Facebook Marketplace, and I'll make a part 2 on the MLS as well. But to really go on Facebook Marketplace and just, learn our competition, compare listings, just so you guys can get a really good idea of your competition and ways that I think that people can improve their listings. It's not gonna be the most fun, but it's gonna be important to learn. There's a couple things that I'm judging when I'm looking at a listing. I have title, if the size is listed, and that sounds stupid, but sometimes people don't even have the size in their listing. Pictures, videos, drone shots are good. If they have flagging tape on their property, if they mention utilities at all, any nearby amenities is always an ad, location. And so, like I said, this is really important. It's the combination of the little stuff, like knowing your competition, that's gonna be the difference between you being successful and you not being successful, losing money, losing time. So yeah, let's go on to Facebook. Now we are on Facebook Marketplace, and I'm just gonna type in maybe land near Houston just to keep it really simple. And I'm looking for things in the maybe 5 to 30,000 range. And I guess I'll start with this one. This isn't like my favorite type of listing picture. I normally like maybe a drone shot or a picture of the actual property. Right off the bat, this doesn't look the greatest in terms of pictures. There's not an actual live picture, so it's going to be really hard to sell this, especially at $37,000. I mean, just think about it. Do these pictures add $37,000 worth of value? No, so no one's even going to want to visit this, right? In terms of title, I like how he said unrestricted. He has the size in there. Near Houston Lake in Splendora. That's kind of like the city. This is a pretty good title, to be honest. It really hits everything. It says land, so you want to be clear. It says unrestricted. Being clear that it's unrestricted is very important because it opens up your buyer pool a lot. That, along with the size and that it's near a lake, this is almost like a perfect title. And now the description is just the same thing. So I'm going to give this listing, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10. And you might be thinking, like, this is pretty bad. Why is it not a 1? Well, it's actually, the title is good, okay? And the fact that it has where it is on Google Maps is, like, kind of good, I guess, if there's nothing else you can give us. And at least it has the dimensions and the street. So there's definitely worse out there. But I'm going to start this one at a 3 out of 10. It's pretty bad. Below average for sure. Now this one, okay. So quarter acre unrestricted land, former home site with slabs near Beaumont, Texas for sale, finance. So that's good. This is a good title because it shows the size. It's unrestricted. It adds value with the slabs. Shows kind of what it's near. And it also says finance in there. That is another good thing to add because when you're selling something on financing, it opens up your buyer pool a lot just with the unrestricted. And to be honest, a lot of your deals are going to be financed if you offer it. So you're kind of just attracting more people. Now, in terms of pictures, there's a lot of trash, man. This really does not look appealing at all. Like, this person could add so much more value if they just cleaned it. Which, some people don't have the time to do, which is fine, but, like, wow. Anyway, in terms of description, a long description. There's a disclaimer. I've never seen something like this. Yeah, this is not attractive, bro. I'm not going to read all this yet, but it just doesn't sound attractive. Like, enter at your own risk. Anyway, at least it has a $1,000 down payment minimum. That is an attractive number to a lot of people. That's good. Has the financing information. Has an address that's good. It has a size, multiple concrete slabs. It talks about utilities, which is important. Septic system unknown. At least he mentioned that. Drilled water well. It's a value add. Other improvements include driveway, exterior fencing, and it also shows the location and kind of like some amenities, Lake Charles, I guess. If it was near like a national park, I'd be looking at that in this section. That would be a good nearby amenity. If this lot was cleared and it didn't have this jargon down here, I probably would have given it like a 5 out of 10. It's not the worst listing in the world, right? And I mean, it could also use a drone shot. It could also, I don't see any flagging tape on the property. So, yeah, I'll give it a 5 out of 10. I want to get something where it's like an actual price that looks legit, like this one right here. So this one has a video, so that's a good start. 1.5 acre land, creek front, no restrictions. Good, no restrictions. Creek front. That could be a value add, but some people also wouldn't like that. Shows the size in the title. So, I mean, the title's okay. I like it. If it was near a big city like Houston or something, I would have put near Houston. That would have been nice. So, not in a flood zone. That's an important point. I add that in all of my listings as well. Water, electricity at street. That's good. It mentions of utilities. Dirt road. It's good. It kind of shows location, shows what's allowed. Shows that you need a septic system if you want to go there, not a city sewer. That's important because you're going to get a lot of questions about that from actual serious buyers. No HOA, no POA. That's good information. Sometimes that will turn people off if there is an HOA. Let's look at the rest of the pictures. The pictures look okay. It says it's a dirt road in the description. I wonder if that's what this path is supposed to be. Doesn't really look like there's road frontage. I mean, maybe right here. It's kind of hard to tell with land. And he focuses a lot on this creek right here. It's not bad. I mean, I'd give this listing probably a 6 out of 10. The description here, it's like spaced out. It's not in just one big chunk. You know, a lot of people, if you're on Facebook Marketplace, you like to see different chunks, so it's not just one big paragraph that's confusing and hard to read. You know, a lot of people nowadays have TikTok brains, so it's hard to comprehend just a bunch of words in one spot. So I like to keep that in mind when I am looking at doing my own listings. It could have been better. If you have over an acre of land, it's going to sell for a decent amount. You at the very minimum should be paying someone to get a drone shot for you, because it's not going to really hurt your margin too much, even if you don't have a drone, because it's not that expensive. So if there was a drone shot, that would add a lot of value here, just because it's so big. It's hard to capture everything just in a couple pictures. So that's sort of the last thing I'm going to add. But I like the description. Pictures are okay. Like I said, it's hard to capture it all without a drone shot just because it's so much land. So I'd probably say it's above average. So let's look at this one right here. Vacant land. So titles, at least it says land, right? I mean, it's kind of your bare minimum. Title's bad. The description shows the size, which is good. In Cold Spring, near a city, near Houston. Water and electricity next to the property. I don't like when people say this because, well, for electric it makes sense because when poles are nearby, it's easy to get a hookup. But when you say water is next to the property, what does that mean? Does that mean like there's a water meter installed? Or does that just mean that there's community water in the ground that you can get a water meter installed? It's not very clear, so I don't like that. I mean, there's only 2 pictures. I wish there was a video. I wish there was a picture of more of the right of the for sale sign. Maybe some pictures of the road would be nice. It looks like it's probably on a good road. There's just not enough value here to get someone to spend $32,500. There's just not. I mean, that seems expensive for this size anyway. If you want a price tag like this, you really need to add more to your description, because no one's going to want to visit this. There's just not enough value in the description, in the title, in the pictures. There's no drone shot. There's no videos. I don't know if this is the whole thing. I would have liked to see more to the right. I don't know how far back it goes. There's no dimensions. So this one, I'm going to give this one a 3 out of 10 as well. Just because it at least mentioned the size and that it's near Houston. And at least there's a for sale sign. There's no flagging tape, but there's a for sale sign, which is a good start. And the 2 pictures that are here are okay. I would just like to see more. So 3 out of 10. I don't look at this one right here. 1/4 acre of land with 2 MHs near Sam Rayburn for sale. 2 MHs. Oh, mobile home. Okay. Oh, this is an interesting one. It has mobile homes on it. So title's good. 1/4 acre of land in all caps near Sam Rayburn. I don't know. That might be like a city or lake. Yeah, lake. Okay. Has financing in the title. That's good. So title, not bad. And it mentioned there's 2 mobile homes. Some people might like that. So good title. Unrestricted land. It's good to touch on that. Now I probably would have added unrestricted as the first letter here, but it's okay. At least it's mentioned very quickly in the description. Financing available. 2 mobile homes, poor condition. Has financing information. That's cool. This looks very similar. Okay, so this person also had that other listing. I remember this. This is weird. I don't see this a lot, but it shows location. That's good. It shows like the address. Now pictures. Pictures are okay. I guess in this instance, you know, the mobile homes are kind of a key point, so it's good to get a lot of pictures of those. But it's really hard to do that in 10 pictures, which is all, you know, Marketplace really allows. So I don't fault this person too much on the pictures, even though it seems like you could have got, you know, pictures inside maybe, but it's just not what they allow. This is something you really have to visit in person, and it probably will catch a lot of people's interests. Although I don't like I said, this down here. The rest of the description is not bad. I mean, it shows the nearby amenities as well. Yeah, water, electric, internet available. Septic systems is not known, or the condition. So, okay, yeah, so it mentioned utilities. Pretty much checks all the boxes except for drone shots. I doubt there's flagging tape there. I probably would have seen it on the road picture. So, I mean, I'll give this one like an 8. It's really not bad. And it focuses on the mobile homes, which is probably the selling point here. Now, I want to look at this one. Okay, so the reason I clicked on this one is because I just want to show you an example of another bad listing. I could already tell it was going to be bad because this was the cover picture. Now, the dimensions is cool, and it shows the size, the county, the zip code, which is okay. But a lot of the times when you see this as a cover picture, you know there's not going to really be much more to go off of. So I just wanted to check it out and show you this is your guys' competition. So if you can beat this, you know, you're going to be really successful here. Because a lot of these listings aren't very good. I think most of our listings were like pretty average or below average. So yeah, I mean, these look like these were taken off Google Maps, so there's not going to be any flagging tape on the property. I already know. These guys have probably bought it. Our land flippers never went there. So let's look at the description. No sewer, no public water, no mention of electrical, so missing something there. But at least it mentions this, right? Now, one interesting thing is when you say there's no sewer, public water, a lot of these communities have community water. There's just no water meter. So it's really good to be specific here if you need a water meter or if you need a well. So I'm going to assume that it's community water just because I know what I'm doing, but you know, your Facebook Marketplace average person isn't going to know that. Mentions the subdivision, that's good. Shows the taxes. I usually mention the taxes as well. Not in a flood zone, that's good. Restrictions, unknown contact city. So these guys aren't even adding value with their research. Maybe this person's not a land flipper and just inherited it, but no one's going to want to look at this because guys like me have the restrictions in there, and I'm telling these people what it's going to be. Like, no one's going to want to go out of their way to find this out. And I know that because it sucks. Like, I do it for work. So if someone has the option to go buy from me who has already done the research so they don't have to, they're going to do that just from a convenience standpoint. At least it has this right here. It's like an amenity. 1 hour outside of Houston, Texas, near Lake Livingston. So, I mean, that's okay. Probably would have added that in the title. I would have put, well, first of all, I use acreage. I feel like that's more common. But I would have put like blank acres, lot for sale. I would have just put near Houston. Like, I wouldn't put all this, personally. Your buyer pool is just going to be bigger if you just put near Houston. So like there's people in Houston who might not even know where Cold Spring, Texas is, or San Jacinto County, but they do want to live in a rural area. So that's just food for thought. You know what? Just because he doesn't know the restrictions, I'm going to give it like a 2. Yeah, this is probably our worst one so far, just because they don't know the restrictions. That's really important. We'll probably do one more. I want to look at one that looks good, like with a good cover picture. This looks like a good cover picture, but it's too expensive. I don't want to go into it. Let's look at this one. This is a drone shot, and he edited the markers, so that's a beautiful cover picture. Boom, dimensions too, beautiful. Okay. Now, these look like some good high quality pictures. There's a little pathway here. Water meter, boom, perfect. Shows this from almost like a Google Maps. You can kind of see the elevation off these lines. Show the road that's nearby or going through it. It might have some easements. Now, I like the pictures here. You probably could have gotten some more with like road access, but it is what it is. Does a good job here of really capturing the parcel. In terms of the description, I wish it was spaced out more because, like I said, people have a harder time absorbing information if it's like this. That's just basic like English class in high school. Like you need to, have paragraphs. But, unrestricted right here, right off the bat. Oh yeah, it's in the title too. So, yeah, let's start with the title. Title's good. In Crockett, Texas. I don't know if that's near a bigger city. If it's near a bigger city, I probably would have put the name of the bigger city just to attract more people, but that's fine. That's just my personal preference. Water meter installed, power available through, and named the electric company. That's good. Me and Francis like doing that, just makes our buyers' lives easier, and it makes them want to work with us more because we did our research. Septic tank needed for sewer. That's good. He mentioned that you need a septic and it's not city sewer. So boom, utilities check, good pictures check, drone shots check, good title check, and already cleared around the north boundary line with some gravel for driveway. Good, mentioned improvements, clearing and driveway. No HOA, not a floodplain, no known restrictions. It's good, naming some stuff that you can do. It's good. Nearby amenities / like location near Lake Livingston, cool. Low annual property taxes, cool. I probably would have put a specific amount, but that's just me personally. And then a little ending sentence right here. So this one's not bad. I would have really loved to have seen a picture on the ground of the road. So it's hard for me to give this one like a 10. And I would have loved to see a more spaced out description. And there's also no flagging tape probably, but with 2.5 acres, it's hard to flag, especially if the road access is weird. So I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt on that. I'm gonna give him an 8. So yeah, this is just a couple of examples. Now, you can go do your homework. Wow, this just caught my eye. Like, bro, you can add in straight lines, too. Like, this is what I'm saying, bro. Like, this is your competition. I'm not going to go into detail on this property and rate it or anything, but, it's really easy to put, like, straight lines instead of just some squiggles and, like, re-squiggles over it to close the shape. But, alright, that was just kind of funny. Just caught my eye. But it's really easy to go on here, do a little bit of research on your own and kind of see what good listings look like to you, like properties you'd be interested in visiting if you were looking for land, right? Because at the end of the day, you want to copy those listings. So yeah, that's why it's important to do this, just so you can really be on top of your marketing and get the most out of your property for what you're asking. A lot of the properties that I gave 3 out of 10s on, it's going to be really hard for those people to get full value out of their property because, for example, like this one, like there's just not enough value added in this $14,000 price to get someone to want to pay $14,000, right? So yeah, I will be making a part 2 to this on the actual MLS, so you can kind of see, because this is all off market, but when I go on the MLS, you'll see a lot of those listings are not very good. That's still who you're competing with. And really the only difference between the MLS and this is that the MLS has a brand. It's like the branding, so it's not a scam. I guess theoretically someone could be scamming you on here, but that's really the only difference, to be honest. But I feel like a lot of people also don't want to go through realtors or realtor fees, so they list it on here. But for now, if you want to do some studying on your own to get better and understand how you're going to beat people in this game, it's definitely something that you should do just to get an edge. Like I said before, it's the combination of all the little stuff that's really going to separate you from everyone else. So, all right, hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something. Have a nice rest of your day. Bye.